Hello dear followers and randomly passing strangers, this is Ilianzo and welcome to my channel, The Anime Creator. I would like to thank all of my 79 subscribers for sticking with me for so long for my IMV content that would probably be a thing of the past now, but who knows. For I have finally decided to embrace my destiny and fulfill the prophecy of becoming an anime reviewer, since that has been the objective of my life since I was born, so I'm freaking pumped to start forging my path in anime life! Actually, I just decided it on a whim, but that's our little secret. Anyway, what better way to start it than with a review of No Game, No Life. Well, the story is basically Sora and Shiro, two hikikomori step-siblings who are known in their online gaming world as Blank, an undefeated group of gamers. So intimidating. They're so hardcore that not only can they play games using their feet, they can also control 4 characters at the same time using all 4 of their limbs. If situation called, I bet Sora could move a 5th character using his mouth, a 6th character using his head, and a 7th character using his manhood! Speaking of which, the series really wanted us to know that he is for a fact a virgin, because plot would obviously not work otherwise and would get completely disconnected from the series if the fact remained a mystery, for his behavior was not clear enough throughout the series that he was in fact one. Thanks! Yes, again, thank you for making that a fact. One day they are challenged to a game of chess by Tet, a god from another reality whom at first I had a problem with understanding what gender he is and almost baited myself into thinking that he is a female, which he is not, mind you, so don't get your hopes up. The two are victorious and are offered to live in a world that centers around games. They accept believing it to be a joke and are summoned to a reality known as this board. And not that board. There's a spell known as the 10 Pledges that prevents violence and enforces the rules and outcomes of games. The two traverse to Elkia, the nation inhabited by humans, and befriend the Duchess Stephanie Dola. Learning about Elka's discipline, Sora and Shiro participate in a tournament to determine the next ruler. After winning the crown, they earn the right to challenge the Disboards, and not that boards, other species as humanity's representatives. Their next goal is to conquer all 16 species in order to challenge Tet to a game. Simple, right? Yes, I am. Thank you. But that aside, I personally think that each and every game is interesting to see, regardless if it's a not so simple psychological game of rock, scissors and paper to a game of chess that turned out to be a freaking battlefield, or better explained, imagine 2 people getting hired and thinking that they're playing a real life strategy. Well, that is almost as chaotic as the game actually went. The problem that people might have with the games are that basically Shiro and Sora are sort of in god mode every time they play, and it shifts quickly from watching if they will win to a rather watching how they will win and in what crazy way will they bend the rules to their favor, and regardless of that, I found it to be of my liking, for there never was a dull moment for me, no matter if I went from that was just random to that was awesome, or that was complete bullshit. In a good way. Other than that, the plot revolves around games being held for a completely different objective, ending with what easily could have been Sora and Shiro saying something on the lines of, I don't know, the only one who can beat me is me. Battling each other counts too, but there is no clear winner to this date. And there never will be! Ah yes, the characters. What's a story without its characters? And, aside from the games themselves, the characters have to be the most interesting thing in the series for me. Though Sora and Shiro make everyone else inhale their dust, even though Shiro was introduced with a panty shot, for all those lolicons out there, and regardless of that I still say she is the best girl in the series, but not for that purpose, you panty shot loving Shiro pillow hugging pedal bear lolicon lover you! Oh no, if I wanted that I would just pick Jibril. Pushing that to the back corner of everyone's minds, let's proceed to worshipping Shiro's awesomeness by giving her a hug. Sorry, I did it again. Sora, on the other hand, is also an interesting character. Moving on. Both of them can't stay away from each other and they both enter crisis mode the moment they are separated. Aside from a joke and one crucial moment that didn't really dig deep into that, I wish they would give that specific issue a bit more attention, for I personally think it would have been an interesting thing to follow through. Well, at least it was still funny, so you get a thumbs up. And that is a lot, for my thumbs up is worth 7 points. Just ask Stephanie has clearly proven to all that she is not a stupid girl, but then the show continues to insist that she is in fact dumb, so we get a few moments with her not understanding what's happening, making stupid decisions and getting the typical "oh, she said something smart? Is that really the Steph we know and love? Maybe she's a girl from a different dimension." Other than that, she is fun, but she does not get any real development, for all she does mostly is just sit and watch from afar and be a target of fan service ever so often. Nothing against fan service, for it rarely gets in the way for me, and actually here I would say it's funny most of the time. Something that I would rarely say about fan services ever. Most of them are just stupid and very predictable. Though this one is not short on those scenes either. Fortunately or unfortunately, you take the pick, but this one's got a lot of those. Then does not have enough screen time to really give an opinion to. Izuna is adorable and just wants to play to have fun and not play to win, unlike me who plays for both. And Kurumi is our cute little shy tsundere character. There are a few others, but they don't really shine bright like a diamond. See what I did there? Unlike Shiro, you can already tell she's my favorite, right? However do you do it? It's so difficult. Shiro is the best girl and not the worst. The overall sound was nice, but nothing too memorable for me, except for the opening, which I adore. Voice acting top notch, as per usual, but there hasn't been any English dub yet. There is news for 28th of July, I think, so there is hope for the dub lovers, and there will be a lot of hate from the dub haters. Hellsing is better dubbed. The animation consists of unique art style and pretty much everything is bright, shiny and interesting, but what else did you expect from Madhouse, which has to be my favorite studio so far? It's interesting to see the adaptation from the light novels, and I have to say that I am looking forward to more. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. One of the best of 2014, which unfortunately for me though was one of the worst years for anime in my humble opinion. I mean, there wasn't really a lot interesting stuff for me and I was too busy to really scout around, but enough about that. No Game No Life was definitely a unique game-bending experience that you would not quite oftenly see. The characters were interesting, the plot, while not deep, definitely entertaining, and like I said before, there really wasn't a dull moment. It was interesting to see all those references ranging from Phoenix Wright and even a parody music of it, to JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, which I happened to finish just recently. Ah, the manliness. If you're looking for something fun, light-hearted and based on entertainment value, I suggest you give it a shot. If you're looking for something serious with a lot of character development and no fan service whatsoever, I suggest you look elsewhere. The sea is deep, many fishes to fish. Rating is indeed a complicated process, and although I would personally give it a 9 out of 10, I would say it's about an 8 out of 10. From a professional point of view. Professional. An enjoyable light-hearted experience with interesting characters, fun to watch games, beautiful animation, game-bending twists and interestingly set world, only held back by the impossibly to take serious plot and easy to tell outcomes of the games. Shiro and Sora will definitely win, but it is always interesting to see how, Grasshopper. This was Ilianzo and I'm glad you decided to stop by at the crater. Have a nice day and I hope to see you again next time. If there is a next time, you know. Don't forget to click the like and subscribe buttons, always a big help. If you have any suggestions on what I should review next, feel free to leave a comment.